Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, with today's segment on C++ programming. Abdella, good to see you. How are you this morning? Just in time, I'm about to start. So what I'm going to do is share screen, and we're going to look at some examples of the assignment statement. For that, I'm going to use Dev-C. Would you like to come on with me, Abdella? That would be great if you want to. Inga, good morning. I'm going to put the link on. You can both come on. Control C. Control V. Okay, if you click that link, you'll be on with me in a second, and you'll help me out with the assignment statement. Before I go to the IDE for Dev-C, I'll give you guys a minute if you have a camera and a mic. Good morning, Jian-Ki. Would you like to come on with us? Can you see the link above, or do I have to put it down again? Not sure if you could see old links. I don't think so. Well, good morning to Inga. Good morning to Jian-Ki. We're beginning to stream in now. So if you click the link, then you can come on with me. Anybody? All right, so I'm going to go to the compiler. And we have some examples of assignment statements using the decrement operator. But let's stick with the format of XY. First of all, let me change the name of this program. Save as assignment Sunday. Whoops, what'd I do? File, save as assignment statement Sunday. Okay, that's good enough. I'll just make it shorter. Assignment Sunday. We're saving it in the folder Saturday class because this is a spillover where we broke up the Saturday class into two parts. We did a little bit more than a couple of hours yesterday, and we'll do some more today. And I didn't realize that we actually did about 2.5 hours yesterday. It meant to stop a little earlier, but lost track of the time. It's easy to lose track of time when you're having fun. And that's what C++ programming should be. It should be fun. So we don't need this C out. And at the beginning, we should put our multi-line comment, including the name of the author. In this case, I think I used Jian-Ki's code. So I'm going to change that to the author being me, Dr. J. And the date is not 3/28, the date is 3/29. Okay. Now, let's use some line comments. So what we're doing here with int x comma y is we're defining two integer variables. And what happens when we define a variable is the compiler reserves 4 bytes of memory for each of the variables. So we're reserving in memory 8 bytes of memory in total. And in the first one, we're putting in x equal 5. I could have done it in the shorthand fashion by saying x equal 5 up here. So now we're going to use an assignment statement to initialize x. Example of assignment. This is an example of assignment. Let's keep it more simple. Let's say y equals x. That's another example of assignment. So we can assign a constant like 5, or we can assign a variable. It's got to be an integer variable. I really miss talking to somebody. Maybe I can convince somebody to come on with me. It helps. Otherwise, it's like straight, boring lecture. I'm going to put everyone to sleep, including myself. So let me try to convince somebody to come on. I don't want to put people to sleep, so I need somebody to chat with. So I'm going to give you the link again and try to twist a few arms. I made this class optional, but I was hoping that more people would take me up on it. Optional in that you don't have to be here live to view it. It has to be viewed and all the work has to be done. Any classwork, any homework. So it's actually to your advantage if you come live. The only reason I allowed you not to come live is some people have conflicts and I don't want to create hardship. But if you can make it, make it. And I'm talking to people who are going to be viewing this later, as opposed to those who are on now with me. I appreciate those who are on with me live. Abdullah, you like the camera. Inga, you like the camera, no problem, right? Jan Kia, I haven't seen you yet on the camera. Any takers? Otherwise, I got to go back to the straight, boring lecture style. For that, I could actually use Bucky and we may just make some comments. Okay, hope I don't bore you too much. If you come on, I'd be most appreciative. I guess it ain't happening. Okay, so now if we print X and Y, I'm going to run this sucker. X equal 5, y equal x, see out, x is x, y is y, east is east, and west is west, right? All right. We better get a clean compile. Clean compile. Now let's run this. Let's try running it again. Well, I can't run it again. I don't know why it's taking quite so long. Maybe it's hiding behind. Not hiding behind. It's just taking a long time. There it is. All right, so let's see if we can magnify this a little bit. I don't think Control Plus works, does it? No. All right, this helps a little. X is 5, Y is 5. Everybody see that? X is 5, Y is 5. Press any key to continue. All right, so this is what we would expect, right? Because we initialized X to 5 with an assignment statement, and then we said X, Y equal X. So Y should be the same as X, and it is. So that's exactly what we would expect. Modify the code. Maybe I'll just call this example 1. And let's cut and paste to do example 2. Okay, instead of X equal, I could still leave X equal 5, that's fine. Trying to move this over. Maybe the tab worked well. Okay, instead of Y equal X, let's do Y equals X plus 3. Very minor difference, but it's saying take the contents of X and add 3 and put it into Y. So it's assigning an integer variable. It's actually adding 3 first and then assigning the result. So this comment is not that great. Let's take this comment out. I won't bother writing a comment. So let's run, compile and run. I should be able to get rid of that AVG, but I'm not sure how, so. Okay, so X is 5, Y is 5, that's the first example. X is 5 and Y is 8, that's the second example. Maybe I should do a C out to say first example, second example. C out. C out is a less than sign. see out first example or example 1. We must put it in quotes. We want to skip 2 lines, let's say. So /n, control character /n/n. And then we need a semicolon or we'll get an error. There we go. All right, let's rerun this. Or I should put see out example 2. I don't really need the comment anymore, do I? Because it's self-explanatory. Control C, Control V, and let's tab that over so it looks nice and neat. Neatness counts. In fact, neatness counts so much that I might want to put a space because it's the next example. And in fact, I might want to put another space. So blank lines anywhere in your code just to improve readability. So we'll always look to improve readability whenever possible. So we're adding 3 to X and then assigning it to Y. Should I write that comment? I'll just repeat it. We're adding 3 to the contents of X and then assigning it to Y. That's why we get 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. Nothing complicated. And let's change example 1 to example 2. And let's cut and paste that. I think I already have it in I've already cut it, so let's just paste. And change this to example 3. So example 3 will do more than just addition. We'll do more complicated. See out. Let me cut and paste the rest. I'm sorry. I should have, you know what? Let me just cut and paste all of this. Not cut, copy and paste. Control C. Control V. Change that to example 3. You know, this is painful for me without somebody to talk to. I'm almost begging for a volunteer. I am begging. Forget the almost. All right. I would think it would be better for you also to have a student giving some commentary besides me. All right, so now what we're going to do is make a more complicated expression. Y equal X plus 3, I'll leave that, so we should get 8. And then I'll put in int Z equal, so I'm declaring the integer before I use it. We must do that. But I can also just write an expression. So I'm going to say equals X times Y. And I want another line, see out Z is. Truthfully, it's not great style to define an integer as you need it. It's better to do them all up on top. So I could have put Z in with X and Y. That is style. Much better. But let's leave this for now the way I have it. Okay, so let's see what do you think we're going to get? Y, of course, will become 8, but what will Z be? Anybody know? Write down a comment. What will Z be? I'm coming back to take a look. You have noise on your end, Abdullah? Jan Q, camera shy, great. Come on and X out your audio, your video. Jan Q, you can come on, X out your video, no problem. And I'll be able to hear your voice and we'll have a good time talking. I'll settle for that. I'd rather have video and audio, but if you're camera shy, I understand. So click that link. We won't see you. You'll X out the video. You'll come on with audio only. Inga says 40, and that should be the answer. 8 times 5. Are we going to run, or am I waiting for Jan Key to come on? I'm in begging mode. You want to see a professor beg? Oh, you're making me do this alone. All right. I'm going to continue on alone, best I can. So here we go. So let's go back to the code. Are you able to see everything fine on my screen? Give me some feedback, please. Feedback? I have 3 people. Are you able to see everything fine on my screen? Yes or no? Are you there, or did you leave the room? Am I talking to myself? Janki says yes. Thank you, Janki. One thing about this kind of online instruction is you don't know who's watching. Just because you're theoretically here doesn't mean you're actually here. So Abdullah said yes, and Inga said yes. All right, so at least we're watching. Well, at least that. All right, and of course, everybody in the class is going to have to watch this afterwards, because there's going to be questions and assignments and classwork and homework. Okay, z equal x plus y. Let's try running this. I'm going to do a compile and run. This button here. Let's magnify this, or at least highlight it. I don't think I can magnify it so quick, can I? I'd have to cut it and paste it into Notepad. Could do that. Maybe I should do that. So select all, and then it doesn't say copy. Huh. Maybe I can't copy this? How did I do it the other day? The other day, I was able to get it into Notepad, right? I don't know how. Select all. I just did Control C, maybe. Control C. I don't know if this is going to work. Where is Notepad? Notepad, what did I do with you? Let's see if I can get it in here. This is Sunday. What's today's date? 28, 29, 30. Today's the 30th, right? Well, no, 29th. So 3/29. And let's see if it copies. Looks good. I think it's worth getting it down. So the answer was x equal 5, y equal 8, and z equal 8. And let's see if that makes sense. So let me just minimize this, X that out, X that out, X that out. Z equal X times Y? No. 5 times 8 is 40. See out Z? Look what I did wrong. See what I did wrong? I have X, Y, Y. What should it be? Class, what should it be? Oh yeah, I hear you, long distance. Z. Very good, class. You got it. Dr. J being silly? Well, talking to yourself makes you feel silly. I know I'm complaining a lot. But you know, the being confined pretty much to your house, other than being able to take a walk, is gets on your nerves after a while. So I like people. I like talking to people. I like being able to talk to people other than my wife. So therefore, hearing your voices, even seeing your faces, is a pleasant thing for Dr. J. And you're depriving me of a pleasantry, whatever. So it's X, Y, Z. Let's do it again. We're going to redo this. So we should get 5 times 8, which is 40. All right, let's run it. All right, so select all, Control C, and go to Notepad, fix it in Notepad. So I've got to get rid of this. Control V. There we go. Now the problem I have is example 3 should be lower by 1 line. Example 2, lower by 1 line. So let's fix that. So we should double space where? The line before it says example 3. So let's put in, we used endlin, so let's put another, and let's just stick it, we'll mix and match. We'll put a slash n in here. I could put another endlin. Why don't we do that? Be consistent. Another endlin. Double endlin. Okay. And I need one more before example 2. And this one I'm going to be different. Slash n in here. Just to show you that it really doesn't matter one bit. Slash n, endlin, same result. Recompile, just to show you that it will look better. So why is it not letting me recompile? I don't know. Didn't I X out the other box? Thought I did. Maybe I got to save it. I shouldn't have to save it. Still not letting me recompile. All right. Strange. Hi there. Jose came. Shenzhen came. Very nice. We're doing an Jose, thank you. You're going to help me out. That's really, really great. I've been begging for a helper this morning. Even if you're not on the camera, I'll take it because I really, really need somebody to talk to. Not really because of the situation with the coronavirus. My wife talks to me morning, noon, and night, so I guess I'm listening to a human being, somebody talking to me. But the point is, I need the feedback when I'm doing the lecture. So it really, really helps me. I'm glad you're coming on. Are you coming on? I'm giving you an opportunity to. Jose, you came kind of late. Better late than never. So I'd rather you come late than not come at all. Are you going to help me out, Jose? I see that you're on the stream in StreamYard, but no camera and no microphone at this point. All right. If you can figure out how to get on, I appreciate it. So if you can figure it out, Jose, I do appreciate it. Your little brother, you know what? Come on anyway, and keep it muted. When your little brother is a little quiet, you can talk. And if your little brother wants to say hi, he can say hi too, because we're going to keep this very, very informal. Inga's doing me a favor. All right, so now we have a couple of people. I like it much better that way. Thank you so much, Inga. Much appreciated. It helps me a lot because otherwise, like I said, I feel like I'm talking to myself. All right, so let's get back to the program. I was having trouble running it, right, for whatever reason. Don't know the reason. All right, so we're back in the program. I'd made a couple of changes, and then it gave me a hard time. Why? I'm not sure. Usually it's because something's left open, but I don't know you know what? Let me close it and open it again. It's been saved, right? Yeah. All right, so let me close it and open it again. Sometimes that works. Nope. This is weird. It's not letting me recompile. Don't know. It's like something is running. That's stopping it. I'm going to just get out of the entire IDE and go back in. It's kind of like rebooting the system, right? So where do I have that IDE? I don't know where I had that ID. I'll just reopen it this way. What did we call it again? Saturday documents. Saturday class. I called it assignment Sunday. Why do I have two of them? I just saved it, that's why. All right, so this should be the latest. 1 kilobyte. Hopefully this works. Yep. I don't know why I had to go through all that. I have no idea. But in any event, we're good now. So let's compile it. Make sure it's clean. It looks clean. And let's run it. Okay, 40 it is, right? Okay, see? No problem, no problema. Inga, do you have a mic? Are you there? Talk to me. I don't see you because I see only my screen. I need somebody to be responsive. Inga, what are you doing? You're doing your nails? I'm just teasing. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. All right. The only reason I said that is my daughter is always doing her nails. All right. Okay. So let's do something a little bit more complicated. Let's do, how about some really complicated statement for the next example. So let me cut and paste. For example 4. I'm going to do the quadratic equation. Let's use A, B, and C instead of X, Y, and Z. Where A is the coefficient of X squared, B is the coefficient of X, and C is the constant in the expression AX squared plus BX plus C equals 0. And maybe we use a Cn, really make it a little bit more interesting. Coefficients. Maybe I'll let you document this. I'm going to put the line comment, and for homework, you're going to document it. This is the coefficients of the quadratic equation AX squared plus BX plus C equals 0. So you document this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need any of this. Now, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, you'll get a result. Otherwise, you will not get a result because we're going to do the square root of a number. And the square root of a negative number does not exist. So let's write a little comment. make sure you tell user discriminant must be greater than 0, greater than or equal. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, right? Discriminant is what's in the radical sign. The formula is what? The roots are minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So everyone knows the formula. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave this as homework, or maybe classwork. Classwork, beautiful, because we're coming upon that 11:30 break. So this is perfect time to end, not to end, but to give you classwork that could extend into the break. So I'm going to let you finish this. This is better with double, but I don't care. We're going to work with integers and we're going to truncate. You know what? Let me just make it double, which means your input could have decimals. We're not going to check the user. Do not use an if statement to check. Compute the discriminant. Maybe that's our compute the roots. Make it harder. I was going to give you a break and just say compute the discriminant, but compute the roots and print them out, of course. So double ABC, and what else? We need the roots. What do you want to call them? Usually R1 and R2. So it's just 2 assignments. You got to do some input, output, and 2 assignment statements. This is really a program. So let me write this as a program. So you can start a new program here. Asterisk, asterisk, slash. No, slash asterisk. Slash asterisk. Start a new program. I'm writing it as part of this code, but you really should start a new program. And I guess I could have just done it as a regular line comment. Okay. So you're to fill this in. You can start it at the top of a new program right after main. You don't have to include this stuff. So let me save this. And send you an email, right? Refresh this maybe. I said I was just saved. And I want to shoot it off in an email to you. And the emails are, Inga, you have your mic? I don't hear you. Do you have a mic? I want to check that you're understanding what I'm asking people to do. No mic, I don't hear you. Something's wrong with your mic. Try, I'm going to remove you and then try again, okay? Come back. Now the mic is muted. Now it is. Now you're gone. All right, anyway, let me send this email. Quadratic equation. Classwork. This is classwork. Oh. Okay, I sent it. Now let's see if you got it. Did you get it? All right, so we're going to take a break here. Maybe you shouldn't even count as a break. It's classwork, so you're going to be working. So no break. You just work on this. I'm going to take a break. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. I'm going to end this and call it part two when I get back. So you're going to look at YouTube. Look for me live in about 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes. By that time, everybody should have finished this quadratic equation program in real time during classwork. So I'm not saying you can't get up and stretch your legs. You can get a drink, but try to do this in 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes is a reasonable amount of time. See you soon.